And in tonight's main event, the RWL United States Championship on the block this 4th of July weekend, with Legends Tag Champ Sergeant Slaughter challenging Macho Man Randy Savage for the belt in this main event barn burner.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's Snarl main event, set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit, is for the RWL United States Championship.
I see you gentlemen have an empty seat. Do you mind if I sit down? I want to watch this.
Of course not. Have a seat. Myron Schimmelman, ladies and gentlemen, RWL agent, here to watch this main event matchup with the United States title on the line. Sergeant Slaughter, already one half of the Legends Tag Team Champions along with the Patriot. And well, to become a dual champion at the hands of Macho Man and Randy Savage, well, Myron, that is pretty much clever. That's some Bond villain level stuff for you.
That's why I came to see it. I'm pretty sure Sarge is going to take Macho Man out tonight.
I'll agree, Myron. Sarge has the potential for sure, but he goes in with a couple of key disadvantages. First and foremost, that pain in the coccyx to short. Plus, since yanking the U.S. title from Rod Whitley, Savage has resorted to fighting dirty and running out the clock for cheap count-out wins. But it sure would be awesome for Sarge to snag the United States title during 4th of July weekend. It's almost kismet.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Wally. And here we are. Please excuse me, I'm going to go be sick.
With any luck, you won't have to see this anymore after tonight. Randy Savage has been insufferable since winning the U.S. title, becoming the crown jewel in the fragile house of cards that is Scott Bell's ragtag stable. Like Wally said, the wins have been cheap, but neither Savage nor Scott Bell seem to care. I think Savage has been a disgratia, cheating fans when he's actually a great wrestler. When he lets it out, that is.
Well, that is a pretty fair assessment, Johnny. Macho Man Randy Savage, a true legend, but definitely punching down as far as working with Scott Bell is concerned.
Tex, Wally, Johnny, tonight is the night. Macho Man Randy Savage is going down at Independence Day.
Myron, I know how you feel about Scott. I know how you feel about Randy Savage, but do not count your chickens before they're hatched, man.
Fine. But Tex, screw you. I'm hanging my every last hope on Sergeant Slaughter becoming a double champion this 4th of July weekend.
Introducing first the challenger from Paris Island, South Carolina, weighing 312 pounds, one half of the RWL Legends Tag Team's champions. Here is Sergeant Slaughter.
Well, if you subscribe to Georgia Washington's theory about it being 4th of July and the vibe feeling just right, well, maybe.
His opponent accompanied by too short Popeye Scott Bell from Sarasota, Florida, weighing 256 pounds, the reigning RWL United States champion, the Macho Man Randy Savage.
Like Myron here, I understand where he's coming from. My dad played hunches and feelings constantly. He used to play the ponies, lived at the racetrack on weekends. Well, here's a bet that I'm hoping you win, Myron.
I don't think it's a bet. I think it's a sure thing, Wally.
And what an awesome main event ending to one of the wildest snarl cards I can remember.
And a huge hush fell over Fort Worth, Texas. Here we go. Anthony Carollo rings the bell. They come center ring. Randy Savage with a kick to the leg of the Sarge. Savage countered by Sergeant Slaughter with a hip toss, followed up with a stomp to the back of the head. Macho Man Randy Savage in trouble right in front of the face of too short Popeye Scott Bell. Oh, man. Oh, we're starting off on the bad foot right away. Sergeant Slaughter trying to unscrew the ugly head of Macho Man Randy Savage right off his neck. It'd be an impressive feat if he did it. Jawjacker backs off the Sarge. Randy Savage misses with the clothesline. Sarge connects with his, takes him down, swings and misses with a kick. Savage with a back suplex on the Sarge. Macho Man drags Sarge towards center. Series of mounted punches. Followed up with a stomp. Randy Savage rounds him up again. Back body drop from Sergeant Slaughter. And again, all signs of politeness going to be gone in this United States title match. A jawjacker from Randy Savage, but Sergeant Slaughter counters, gets Savage into the far corner, a chop across the chest, turns him around, double axe handle across the back. Sarge drives him into the ring post. I won't sing the song. Here's a chair introduced by Scott Bell. Look at this. Savage tried to take him down. Oh, well. A drop toe hold. Works where the shoulder tackle did not. Sarge makes his way back inside. Flips Savage to the ropes. They collide. Kick to the gut. Sarge takes him down, but Randy Savage quickly counters a clothesline. Takes down Sergeant Slaughter. And Too Short Popeye already messing with that turnbuckle. Sarge with a hard left to the head of the Macho Man has him up. Rib breaker. Sergeant Slaughter back on the attack here. Randy Savage counters with a shoulder tackle, takes him down. Sergeant Slaughter counters with a back body drop. A whole lot of seesaw action in this title match. Sarge with a stomp to the back of the head. And crowd whipping Sergeant Slaughter into a mood here. And again, twisting the head and neck area of the Macho Man, slams his head down, goes for the cover and hooks the leg. One, but just a one. RWL United States title hanging in the balance here. Macho Man misses with the clothesline. Sarge looking at him like, well, yeah, okay. Couple of chops. Sarge has him up. Knee breaker. And a stomp to the midsection of Macho Man Randy Savage into a rear chin lock. Referee Anthony Corallo checking things out. But no dice. Macho Man Randy Savage finds his way out. Sarge with a forearm. A headlock punch. Oh, well, here we go. Sergeant Slaughter starting to really open fire on Macho Man Randy Savage. Savage counters with a knee, takes the Sarge down. Follows that up with a stomp. Sarge quickly back up by a jab, a right, another jab. Sarge whipped into the corner, a clothesline to the back of the head. Randy Savage with a leg snap on Sergeant Slaughter. A kick to the chest. Sergeant Slaughter finding himself in a bit of a spot here. Randy Savage drags Sergeant Slaughter towards center ring, covers and hooks the leg. One, but just barely a one. Sergeant Slaughter kicked out of that one pretty quick. Sarge back up on his feet. A kick to the midsection to Randy Savage. Savage takes him down with a vicious chop block. Whoa. Savage rounds up the Sarge. Sarge counters with a right. Sergeant Slaughter whips Savage to the far corner. Savage ducks out of the way and nails Sarge with a Russian leg sweep. Randy Savage makes himself topside. Sarge is laid out near center ring, slowly starting to get back up to his feet. Savage with a beautiful crossbody takes the Sarge down. Oh, looks like Macho Man's getting the coup de grace ready here. Yep, he is calling for it. Here comes the big diving elbow across the chest. Could be the end of the match right here. Sarge is covered. One, two. Oh, Sergeant Slaughter gets that right shoulder up just before it was too late. Stomp to the midsection from Randy Savage. Sarge rounded up. Whip to the far corner, rebounds out painfully. Randy Savage right back on the attack on a down Sergeant Slaughter. Sarge counters with a forearm. Backs up Savage. Savage counters with kicks to the leg of Sergeant Slaughter. Misses with the clothesline. Sergeant Slaughter rounds him up. Gets him on the top rope. He yanks it and down goes Macho Man. The United States title on the line here. Sarge whip to, oh man, Sarge quickly countered. A kick to the midsection from Randy Savage. Savage counters again. Kick to the midsection to Sergeant Slaughter. Has him up, scoop slams him. Gathers him back up to a standing position. Hard whip to the ropes for the Sarge, a collision with no result. Sarge up against the ropes. Savage with another falling suplex. Macho Man covers. 1, 2. Again, another near fall. Sergeant Slaughter gets that shoulder up. And there are fireworks going on just outside the arena. You can hear them from in here, man. Wow. Sergeant Slaughter rounded up. Sarge counters Macho Man into an abdominal stretch. Referee Anthony Corallo checking things out. Macho Man being stretched by the Sarge. He's had it locked in for a minute. Releases the hold. Looks like Savage couldn't even find his way out. Oh, Sergeant Slaughter. Not looking too bad at the moment. Sarge catches a knee from Randy Savage. Savage rounds him up again. Hard whip to the corner. Sarge quick with the counter, escapes the corner kick to the midsection of Randy Savage. Savage whip to the far corner. Sergeant Slaughter turns him around. A series of hard shots to Randy Savage and pitched out to the other side of the ring. Sarge just beat the living tar out of Randy Savage. Here's a cover. 1, 2. Oh, man. Come on, Sarge. Come on. Randy Savage with a shoulder tackle takes Sergeant Slaughter down. Randy Savage up on the middle rope. Sarge back up on his feet. Savage with the double. No, he doesn't get the double axe handle. He gets a shot to the midsection from Sergeant Slaughter. Savage counters. Back up on his feet. Stomp to the midsection to the Sarge. Oh, look at this. Too Short Papa getting involved. Randy Savage makes his way to the top turnbuckle. Sarge is laid out center ring. He is calling for the driving elbow again, and there it is. Sarge is laid out. Randy Savage covers, hooks the leg. 1, 2, and oh man, Randy Savage retains the RWL United States Championship.
The time, 8 minutes and 42 seconds. The winner by pinfall, and still United States champion, Macho Man Randy Savage.
That lousy son of a...
Myron, where the hell are you going? Oh, man. Wow. He's going to be in a bad mood for a while. Macho Man Randy Savage picking up a win, an upset win, retaining the RWL United States Championship over Sergeant Slaughter. And Myron Schimmelman is not a happy camper right about now.
That's the big boom at the end of this 4th of July weekend edition of our WL Snarl. Fans, thanks as always for subscriptions, likes, shares, and comments, and for following our WL. Next show will be Monday, July 7th for our WL Rage, but up next immediately, the Summer 2025 RWL Hall of Champions. For all of us here, Wally Cardinal saying thanks, good night, and be safe.